Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote Schuur hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Race number 4, the start of Jackpot 1, 1400 meters. The trip 2:15 is the off time, and this is a maiden plate where Tony Peter's got a runner here, Trippy's Tune, who is quite prominent in the market. You've got a couple of other horses that will be looking to make their presence felt, but we'll give you more. We'll give you our thoughts on race number 4 in a moment. So let's have a look at a rerun when Professor Lupin finished third last time out, and then an interview with Rachel Venica.
Towards the outside, Trasova, but yes, still on the outside, down by the river. Professor Lupin's running a big race on the inside. Rapidash is under big pressure, coming down to the 200 though, and down by the river still leads it. Down by the river, they're not catching this one. Rapidash trying to run on from behind, but down by the river's going to win, and wins easing up by 4 or 5. Second will go to Rapidash. Third to Professor Lupin, maybe Billy of T ran fourth.
Yes, Uncle Lucky for Mr. Campbell here, and a slightly improved last start. I'm sure we'll be hoping for a bit of a better effort from him, but hopefully will improve.
That horse number, Uncle Lucky, is number 10. That is the ride of Rachel Venica, well-tried maiden, who does seem to have his work cut out here. But Trippy's Tune, the favourite at 2-1, 5-2 about Tibbet Burke. It is 3-1 about Professor Lupin. It's then 8-1 and better bar those. Now, Professor Lupin, we saw him running third last time out. That was against winners at Hollywoodbets Scottsville over 1600 meters. Now, my only concern is whereabout is he in terms of his work, and how fit is he heading into this race? Because I think if he's 80% ready, I think he can come through and win on his return to the racetrack. Second in that race behind Down by the River was a horse by the name of Rapidash, who has come through to win the Gold Rush down in the Western Cape, the 7.5 million rand race. So Rapidash, he's a horse that I think has got a lot of ability, and I think he's going to win his fair share of races. And Professor Lupin was sort of doing his best work at the finish. He's a horse that has probably needed Galden to get him to settle and get his mind on the job, because he doesn't seem to be putting it all in. And he's a horse that wasn't really travelling in the early stages of the race, but I think if the Galden's done the trick here, I think he could run extremely well fresh and go close to winning in what doesn't look to be the strongest of maiden plates over 1400 meters. So he's going to be the top selection for me. Obviously cautious about his fitness and whereabout he is in his program, but I think he's got the ability to pull him through. Number 1, Trippy's Tune. Well, he's had 2 starts in Fairview, and he's improved with his 2 starts in the Highveld in his last 2 outings. Draw 1, obviously an advantage, going over 1400 meters. I'm not convinced about his form lines. In terms of the exotics, I'm happy to take him on 2-1 in the market. I think he's a horse that will have his chances, but I don't believe that he's a good thing. I think he is definitely opposable, beaten 2.5 lengths behind Great Barrier. As I mentioned, question marks around the form line. Number 2, Torix Knight. He'll definitely have his supporters. He's a horse that is getting closer with each and every start. Hollywoodbets Greyville, he'll be suited to the switch in tracks, and he'll definitely be a runner. He's at around 8-1. You've got Tibbet Burke. Richard Fourie takes a ride for Garrett Van Zyl. He's found the early support into 5-2. And then number 8, Katavar from the Tony Rivland yard. Now, he ran 4th last time out behind Mar del Plata. After his second start, the yard expected a slightly better showing from him in his penultimate start, but he didn't really put his best foot forward. And then last time out, finished in 4th. I think he could certainly improve, now stepping up in trip to 1400 meters. So there are quite a few runners that you can make a case for in race number 4, but I think number 7, Professor Lupin, could just be the right horse if he is ready to rock and roll. Devon, your thoughts on the 4th?
Yeah, number 7, Professor Lupin, definitely forms part of my selections. If memory serves me correctly, early in his career, I know the yard did rate this individual and they expected quite a bit from him. So yes, I think he's going to run an absolute cracker. I've got this one penciled in for that second spot. But my first selection is number 3. That is Tibbet Burke from the Gareth van Zyl yard with Richard Fourie aboard. Now this one has a good enough barrier gate, and that run on the 6th of November, that form line's working out really well. And Richard Fourie, what can we say about him? He's riding exceptionally well. So that's eye-catching, that jockey booking, Richard Fourie aboard number 3. And like you said, there has been betting support, and this horse will be having his peak run now. He's run on the 6th of November, then the 4th of Feb. So it is the 3rd run after a bit of a break. So I'm expecting a massive performance from number 3, Tibbet Burke. Then second position, I touched on number 7, Professor Lupin. He is rated by the yard, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the number 1 box. Third spot, I'll go with number 1, Trippy's Tune. Ran a cracker in the last start, finished 2.5 lengths behind Great Barrier, but that was a sudden 4th at long odds. But we'd have to give this one healthy respect from a good draw, that is from the Tony Peter yard. And for that 4th position to round off those pick 6 numbers in the second leg, I'm going 3, 7, 1 and 8. I must admit, I did expect a little bit better from number 8, Katavar. This is a really good-looking individual. I know this one is drawn a little bit wide, but I wouldn't write his chances off. So for me, pick 6 numbers, 3, 7, 1 and 8, Rahel.
That's 4 horses from Devon to play around in race number 4. Yeah, I agree with him. I think those 4 horses, I would just include number 2, Torix Knight, into the mix to make it 5. But Devon with number 3, Tibbet Burke. I'm with number 7, Professor Lupin. So perhaps those could be 2 horses to play around in race number 4.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.